first grade, today's video is about plane figures and symmetry. Today I will learn to recognize and sort plane figures by shape, to identify trapezoids and other four-sided figures, to identify shapes that have symmetry. What are plane figures? Look at the figures below. I've given you 5 different figures. Look at them very closely. Plane figures are flat. So if you look at the 5 figures, you see they are flat shapes. Square, circle, triangle, all flat. If they were not flat, it would have dimension. It would look like, for example, the circle was a ball. Is a ball flat? No. Is a circle flat? Yes. A square. It's like a box. Is a square flat? Yes. Is a box flat? No. Triangle. Think of a triangle as an ice cream cone of sorts. Is a ice cream cone flat? No. Is a triangle flat? Yes. All of these figures are flat figures. They do not have dimension. They do not have a shape to them. They're just the figures. So let's learn. I've given you 2 sets of shapes, one purple, one yellow. We're going to circle the figures that have the same shape, and then we're going to write the name of the shape on the line. So in the purple shapes, we're going to find all the shapes that are purple that are the same shape, circle them, and then you're going to write on the line, what is that shape called? The same for the yellow. You're going to look at all of the yellow shapes, circle all the shapes that are the same, and then write the name of that shape on the line. All right, let's see what we have here. So in the purple shapes, we have circled the rectangles. Notice that all of the circled ones, the rectangles, are the same shape. We know they're the same shape because they have the same number of corners. Remember, we learned that last lesson. And the same number of sides. Remember, from our last lesson, the corners are where the 2 sides meet, and the sides are the straight lines. The triangle and the circle are not the same shape. They do not have the same number of sides, nor do they have the same number of corners. And of course, we know that the shapes that we circled are all rectangles. The yellow shapes, we've circled the triangles. Again, triangles have the same number of sides and the same number of corners. So they are the same shape. Whereas the circle and the square are not the same shape. They do not look the same. They are not the same. And of course, that we know that we circle triangles. So we write triangle on the line. All we're going to be doing with plane shapes is just seeing them, seeing how they are the same. Pick the ones that are the same. Then once you pick the ones that are the same, it's important to understand that you have to be able to say, okay, this shape has this number of corners and has this number of sides. That's going to show us that we are understanding the attributes, how something looks, what its appearance is, what qualities does it have. Symmetry is something else we're going to learn with when it comes to plane figures. Symmetry is, let's see if you can figure it out by looking at the pictures. Yes, a shape that has 2 matching parts has symmetry. If you look at the triangle and the smiley face, you see that I've cut them down the middle. My red dotted line cuts that picture down the middle, and it looks the same on each side. Think of it this way. If you had that triangle on a piece of paper and you folded it in half, would you see the same side, would it look the same on both sides of the crease line where you folded it in half? Yes, the same with that smiley face. Now let's learn. Circle the figure that shows matching parts. So I've given you 3 pictures, a heart, a cactus, and a crab. Now notice I've drawn those lines. I'm asking you to show me the figure that shows matching parts. The line does not have to be drawn up and down. It can be drawn any way I would like it to be drawn or you would like to be drawn. You simply have to tell me, does each side look exactly the same? If it does, that picture has symmetry. If it does not, it does not have symmetry. So take a minute, circle the figure that shows the matching parts. Yes, the heart has matching parts. You see, it looks the same on both sides. The cactus does not. If we had the picture of the cactus on a sheet of paper and we fold it in half, it would not look the same on both sides. The same with the crab. It does not look the same on both sides because if we had that picture and we folded it in half on that line that I've drawn, you would see that it does not look the same on both sides. Remember, symmetry is going to look exactly the same when it's cut in half. However, it's cut in half. Does not have to be up and down cut in half. Could be side to side cut in half. Could be at an angle side to side. Any way it's cut in half. Well, first grade, I've enjoyed this time spent on our video. Remember, symmetry, same on both sides. If you cut it in half, it looks exactly the same. And remember, plane figures. We're using our knowledge of corners and sides to help us find the plane figures that are similar, that are the same. All right, first grade, until next time, talk to you later.